Hey, what's good, y'all? It's Latrell, and wow, man, I don't know what's up today, but my mouth been mad dry. Anyway, you can see that I've been trying out a few different recording spots, so let me know what y'all think about this. But recently, I've been rocking heavy with the 1TB Galaxy Z Fold4, and I'm gonna just keep saying that because it don't add no value, but it's a flex, alright? I literally just finished up my review with the Z Flip4, so now I want to go and cover this thing, but I'm gonna let y'all know what I think about the Z Fold4 after, like, what was this, a month now? It's probably gotta be close to 2 months now, but we'll see what I end up titling this video, like the Flip4. But if you also watch my channel, you probably also know about this phone and how much I use the original Galaxy Fold, so I'll talk about that soon. But for right now, let's go and talk about this thing with the S Pen case. So y'all know what we gotta do, let's get into it. Alright, so yeah, when this thing first came out, I ain't ordered this thing until the pre-orders first dropped, and I ain't ordered this thing until, like, really the pre-orders was almost over. But I didn't really know if I wanted to get this thing or not, but I'm glad I did, bro, because, like, y'all gonna find out why. But yeah, I got this thing, and I got it during the pre-orders when they was giving out, like, free Samsung credits, and that included this S Pen case here. So I want to talk about this too. It's gonna be included in this review. I feel like this case is probably a large reason why I love this phone so much, and that actually kind of justifies the video in itself. So if you want to pick up a Z Fold4 right now, it's gonna run you $1,800 retail. But if you go to the Samsung website right now, unlocked and all that, it's gonna run you about $1,600, and they run promos all the time. They usually throwing in something for free or some kind of price cut or whatever, so you can find it at like less than retail. But even at a discount, $1,600 is a lot of money for a phone. Even though it folds and all that, like, yeah, it does fold, but it's still a lot of money, all right? Not a lot of people got $1,600 lying around just to grab a phone. But if you want to go and see the specs on this phone, it's gonna be over here on, wait, which side of it? Maybe this side of the screen. I don't really remember. It's one of these sides of the screen. But if you want to go and see the specs, you can go and check that out real quick. I don't really read the specs no more, as y'all probably know, so go ahead and check that out on the other side of the screen. This phone's going to be a beast. At the same time, it better be because of the price, but I mean, you got all the related specs and everything on there. You got up to 1 terabyte of storage. You got all that on there, so everything's laid out there for you. But we're going to go and start for the segments of this review, and that's starting off with the camera. So unlike the Z Flip 3 and the Z Flip 4 over here, which wasn't even an upgrade with these cameras, like, let's be real. If you came from the Z Fold 3 and went to the Z Fold 4 cameras, you'd be like, ooh, all right, Samsung, I see you. That's because the cameras on here is busting, all right? Like, the cameras on here, man. I think my favorite feature with the cameras now is that they finally put in the super far zoom in here. So you don't got 100 times zoom, but you got 50. But I went to Madison, Wisconsin. I went ahead and tried out these cameras. So I'm gonna let y'all see for yourself. What do y'all think about these? Let me know after this. All right, so look, check this out. I'm recording on 4K 30 FPS now, so I can use all the lenses, but look at this wall right here. I covered this in my Flip4 review, and I came to the verdict that these colors ain't moving. That's glass, and that's so dope, I gotta say. Now, let me show you the library real quick. We got all this over here. That's State Street right down the street, and if we go over here to the library, let me zoom in real quick. So that's 3X. We're gonna go to 4X, 10X, now we got 12X. So let's go back to 0.6X. That's crazy. You can see the capital reflection there in that glass. This is so dope. So look at this. This is what I call the most modern library ever. So you can see this right here, right? They got this color changing wall. Now let me go to 0.6X. You got a big library text over here. Now let me show you the rest. All right, check that out. Madison Public Library. Big old sign right there. I remember the first time I came here to Madison, I got a library card here just because, like, it drew me that much. I had to get a library card. All right, so now we're vlogging. So you can see there, I got some colors here in the background. I can't zoom in or out in this mode. Maybe if I put it in like 30 FPS, it might be able to. But yeah, that's what it's gonna look like here. Let me know how this looks to y'all. And I mean, looks decent to me. If you're gonna be vlogging, especially at night. Also, one important thing is, let me know how the camera sounds, like the actual audio quality. It's kind of crazy, this big city turns into a ghost town at night. By the way, we're recording in 8K right now, so this is 8K 24 FPS. And right now we are on State Street, so let me get back to 1X right there. This video is only recorded in 4K, so you're not really gonna see that much of a difference, but I mean, the 8K option is there, but it's only limited to 24.
This is a Chuki Beat production.
All right, so that was the cameras. And like I told y'all already, I think the cameras on here is dope, man. Like, they is for real busting on here. Samsung did their thing with the cameras this year. Now, I ain't saying throw away your $1,800 phone and get another $1,800 phone and get these cameras, but at the same time, I am saying the cameras on here, Samsung did their thing this year. If we ain't talking about the under display camera, which is complete garbage, trash, whatever you want to call it, if you want to know what folks mean when they say Android camera quality, that's a perfect example of what they was talking about. Now, if we go ahead and fold this thing, then yeah, now we got some better front facing cameras. But if we go ahead and unfold this, that ain't it, chief. You'll be better off folding your phone, or you'll be better off going over here to the camera, going ahead and clicking on this button, and then just looking at yourself from the rear camera. So I gotta say, these cameras, this is the move right here. These cameras right here, this is the move, but this is hot dog water. I ain't messing with that. The only thing this is good for is face unlock, and ain't even that good with that. Next up is the build quality and design. So this is the part where I gotta take off my beautiful case. Oh, I hate to do it, but I gotta say, this phone right here is straight beauty. I gotta say, I got the beige color right here, and this color is hitting. Just take a minute and just admire that color right there. All right, let that sink in. Not literally, but let that sink in right there. You got the shiny sides and everything with the Z Fold4 is super thin, super light, and everything about it. I just really love the design on here, and the build quality is decent too. So with the Z Flips, I've been hearing that's cracking along the middle of the phones, but I ain't really heard nothing like that with the folds, and I ain't had an issue ever, not even with my flips. So it do get a lot of fingerprints. That's why I had the case on. But I gotta say though, the design and everything is decent, and this is actually matte. This is the first phone that I actually like that's matte. Usually I would like a glossy phone, but this is cool right here with that color. The back here ain't gonna really get fingerprints with the matte, but you best believe that you're gonna get some fingerprints here on the sides. Next up is the software and the performance. This gonna be a minute. Where do I even start with the features on this thing? All right, there's so many features on here. I forgot half of them. But obviously, you got flex mode, all right? So flex mode is one of the best things I ever had on a phone. Like, you got the YouTube and everything that you can use it with. You got the camera flex mode, which that's actually pretty useful because with my family, like, we go out to Texas every year, except for this year. They're actually in Texas right now. That's where I should be, but I'm here at home. Anyway, I remember it was last year we wanted to do a family photo, so I'm the only person that got a fold, so they asked me to use my phone, and I propped it up like this, and we took the picture. Just things like that on top of the good lock and everything else with the software, it just makes it worth it, bro. And another thing with the software, right? So look at this. Like I was just talking about, I can go and press this button right here, and y'all can see y'allself right now, right? Exactly. So I said this in my Flip 4 video, and I'm gonna say it again. So if you got a girl, you know what I'm talking about. When they ask you to take pictures, you know it's gonna be a minute. They gotta get all their right angles. Oh, this lighting ain't really working for me. Can we step over here real quick? Like, you know how it is. I ain't, you know, do you? Having a fold though, it might actually help a little bit. Probably not, but it might help a little bit because they can actually see themselves now when you take pictures of them. So now you're gonna turn into, can you use your phone to go ahead and take pictures of me? Basically, that's what it's gonna turn into. Because that's a pretty big viewfinder too, and they can actually see when you take the picture or not, so you don't have to announce it. But what you can also do is fold it, and if I go and click on this selfie button up here, now let me go ahead and unfold it. You can see here that it's gonna be completely on this screen right here, so you can just control it like that. So if I want to take a selfie, like with the most high quality camera on my phone, I can do it just like this. Boom, just like that, easy. I can use all the zoom modes and all that on there. That's probably my best part about it. I can get like, oh, super far up in here. So look at that. Look at this right here. Crazy. And then yes, if you're wondering, you can use the rest of the phone like this, but I mean, why would you want to? As for the performance on here, it's top dog status, top of the food chain. I ain't had no lag, no performance issues, and nothing like that. And then we got One UI 5 coming soon, so I don't know if it's in the beta yet for the Fold 4, but it's coming soon on here, so that's gonna be dope. You get all the latest security patches. Right now it's on October, but it is November 7th, so it should be coming soon. But I gotta say, software and performance, straight A-list celebrity status right here. Like, I'm loving it. Next, let's go and talk about the battery life and the charging speeds on here. So, woo! Battery life on here, again, it's jumping. And if you don't know what I mean by that, that means it's crazy, magnificent performance, like whatever you want to say. I'm black, all right? That's just how I talk. But the battery life on here, it lasts me easily all day and then some the next day. And that's to say I got the variable refresh rate on here. So it's not like 60 hertz or nothing like that. I'm saving power or nothing like that, no. As for the charging speeds on here, it's pretty much normal. Samsung had the same charging speeds for a little bit now. But it charges in about an hour and then wireless charges in about like, what, 2 hours or so, or something like that. So that's about normal for Samsung. Next up is the speakers. So you know who I'm going to. All right, so we got Chuki beats right here. See, I'm messing with the speakers out here, man. They decent for sure. They could use some more bass because I heard more bass in things like the iPhone, but this is pretty good too. Look, why do folks do this? When they really feeling something, they put it on a stink face like, okay. Feeling that. Next up, we got the fingerprint scanner, which is going to be the capacitive one on the side of the phone, and that's going to be the most accurate one. It's going to work every single time, but me personally, I like it under display more. But this is going to work good. You got the gestures you can turn on and off, and I have no issues with this. Fingerprint scanner is a go for sure. Let me go and turn this off and on again. As you can see, I'm not going to have any issues unlocking this phone at all. Boom. Next up is the screen quality, or in this case, screen qualities on here. So, woo, child. This screen right here, even though it ain't the best aspect ratio, as you can see with those borders right there for YouTube, this screen is so crazy. It's a typical Samsung one, you know it, but it's just like so full and vibrant and just everything about it. You will love watching videos on this thing and movies or whatever. Yeah, you do got a crease on here, but honestly, you're really not gonna notice it unless you're watching like a dark scene. But even then, like at that point, you kind of already drowned out the crease. So, and as for the under display camera, you don't even really notice that either. Like you will at first, but you'll get used to it. But again, on dark scenes or in direct light, you're gonna notice the camera. So that's cool and all, but what about this screen? So it's just as equally as good. So gotta say, Samsung really did their thing. With the Fold 3, you didn't have 120 Hertz on the cover display, but now you do, so that's cool. All right, so now we gotta talk about everything that got to do with cellular with this. So ever since I got this phone, I had my T-Mobile SIM card in here. And the service on here been pretty reliable, so you will get the ultra wideband like you get in Milwaukee and Chicago and Madison and all these other big cities. But now this is the part where I'm gonna go and let y'all hear the sound quality on here. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up my house phone and then we'll go ahead and talk on the phone. Well, I will. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this thing. Maybe I can use this chair. Sure, I guess. All right, we got this thing ringing now.
All right, so we're talking to the Z Fold4's earpiece right now. So let me know how this sounds to y'all. I'm over here moving my hands around the phone. We're going to go ahead and open this up real quick. Now we're going to go ahead and close this. I just closed it. Let me know if you heard that close. And let me know the sound quality. All right, so now we're on the speakerphone of the Z Fold4. So let me know how this sounds to y'all. And let me go ahead and open up the phone real quick. Let me know if you hear audio difference. We're on the speakerphone now, and I just turned on the fan, so we got a lot of wind noise over here. Let me know if you can hear the wind and if it's like kind of blocking out. All right, so now we got the Z Fold4 on the max volume right now with the speakerphone, so let me know how it sounds coming straight from the Z Fold4. I'm talking on my landline. And last up, we're talking through the earpiece on the Z Fold4, so y'all know I had to go the extra mile. So let me know how the sound quality sounds coming from the earpiece on the Z Fold4.
So now this is the part where we talk about the things I like and dislike about this. So what you liking, Latrell? What ain't you liking? The first thing I don't really like about the Z Fold4, and it ain't really directly related to the Z Fold4 itself, but Samsung's being cheap this year on an $1,800 phone. That ain't cool. You mean to tell me you were so tight on a budget that you couldn't throw in a $15 screen protector? Because that's how much you're charging at Best Buy for a screen protector on the front screen. They don't do that anymore, and they ain't really sliding with me, all right? So I'm not cool with that at all. The next thing I don't like is, even though the screen is wider and it's more usable, like way more usable than it was before, even with the Z Fold 3, it's still not wide enough. So when I use things like Snap and take pictures, it ain't gonna look regular on here to other people on their phone. Maybe if they got a Z Fold4 too, then yeah, maybe, but that, like, what's the likeliness of that, right? The next thing I don't like is obviously the price, all right? So $1,800 at regular price, that's really expensive. I mean, why do I have to explain that to you? No. So a lot of people probably ain't gonna be able to afford this. Like, let's be real here. So that's why this price here gotta come down if they really want this thing to get to the masses. If they want to get this thing really out to the masses, they know they gotta bring this price down. And I seen somebody using one at Noodles and Company, but I mean, that's probably why everybody got flips. Next up, no dust resistance. So you got water resistance, but no dust. And the biggest thing I probably dislike about this is that there's really nowhere to put the S Pen. So that's why I love that case so much, is that you got a place to put the S Pen. And when you actually get the S Pen up out of here, it's so dope on the Fold 4. Now, you can't use it on the outside screen, which is another thing I don't like. But the S Pen is just so functional, but I hate that we got to have it in the case to use it. All right, so now let's go and talk about the things that I do like about this thing. And there's so many things I like about this. The first thing I like is water resistance. So this dude actually got water resistance, and that's a big important thing for me on my phones. The next thing I like about this is that just the flexibility you get over it, no pun intended, but the flexibility over here is just crazy. So that's why I love the Fold so much, and I don't like the, wait, where'd I put it? All right, so it's all the way over there on the bar. I don't feel like grabbing it, but that's why I love the Fold so much, because you got a regular phone right here, and then whenever I want to use it like a tablet, just unfold it like that. When I want to go back to a phone, Bang, just like that. The next thing I like about it is that even though it's not super dramatic, there is some differences between the Fold 3 and the Fold 4, unlike the Flip 3 and the Flip 4. All right, I don't really care that there ain't really that much of a design difference, okay? It's just that what's inside the phone matters. And what's inside the phone is a big difference, all right? So I'm loving that. It ain't really that big of a deal to me, but if you look at this folded, you can see that the hinge is a lot slimmer than it is on the Fold 3. Like, it definitely sticks out a lot more on the Fold 3. And the next thing I like about it is, let's be real here, all right? The appeal factor to it. So when you go out in public, and you come out with this phone right here, you shutting things down. It's been like that ever since the Fold came out, and it's a little bit less now because a lot more people got Folds, so it kind of sucks for me since I had the first Fold and it was crazy back then. So when you bust this thing out, like remember, it's $1,800, all right? So when you bust this thing out, it's kind of like you busting out a Rolex. So overall, can I recommend this thing? Do I give this thing my Jennings stamp of approval? Especially if you can get like a deal on the Samsung website. Easy money. Yeah, get this thing for sure. Even if you're coming from the Fold 3. If you're getting this Fold 4, don't get it from a carrier. Go to the Samsung website because I guarantee you that's going to be a way better deal than AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile combined. Now, I'm not going to lie. Some of those carriers do got a good deal right now. If you go ahead and buy a phone, you get another one for free. I don't know, something like that. Or if you trade in a phone, like literally any phone, you can get $1,000 trade-in credit. Like, it's crazy. But the Samsung website, you can get some good deals and sometimes some free stuff like a Galaxy Watch or a Galaxy Buds or whatever. But y'all, hopefully I enjoyed this, man. I'm gonna get up out of here. So my second Fold review, actually my first Fold review, like the Galaxy Fold. But this is my second foldable review. So I've been wanting to do these for a while now. I don't know why I didn't though. Like I said, I don't know, for whatever reason, the devices I use most, I end up not reviewing because I just use it so much. I don't know. So all that's cool, but is it gonna take me away from my original Galaxy Fold? And I'll answer that in the next video. My bad, I had to do it to y'all, man. It's just like the TV shows. I gotta keep y'all hooked. That's how you keep that retention rate. But anyway, let me go and get up out of here, man. Hopefully I enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, go and give this video a like. And if you really liked it, go and subscribe. But go and follow me on my social media, Eddie Santic on Twitter right now. So that's the only social media I got right now. So go and follow me on there if you want to go and keep up with me. I don't remember the last time I bought a phone and I was like, yo, this is legit right here. I wouldn't really even change that much about it. So that's why I'm gonna shut it down. Thanks for watching, y'all. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Then, peace out.